So this is Wednesday. I'm not running. I'm on my bike. I've done 18 kilometers and I am heading for the Brentwood ferry. So this is the ferry. So I'm going to sit in the lounge till we get there. Waiting to cross the inlet, the Saanich Inlet. On a cloudy day in Victoria, BC, Canada.
Follow the directions of our officers and crew. This vessel is equipped with life rafts and life jackets for adults and children. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the locations of these safety features. 150-person life rafts equipped with attached lines are located at each end of the car deck. Life jackets are located in marked lockers at each end of the car deck. Please make yourself familiar with these locations. In case of emergency, please follow the directions of the crew. Please note that smoking is prohibited in vehicles, on vehicle decks, and in all exterior areas of the ship. Please report any safety concerns or questions to the nearest crew member. Thank you for sailing with BC Ferry.
So we're moving. I didn't even notice. I'm the only foot passenger today. Everybody else is sitting in their minivans, looking out their own windows. I have the entire waiting room to myself. This is supposed to be a 20-minute crossing. I think it's 20 minutes, maybe 25-minute crossing. Looks like I'm about to be joined by some car passengers. They discovered the empty lounge. I'm planning to make a recording of my little chat with Al when I see him, but I'm not even sure if he's there today, actually. I'm pretty sure he will be. So, it's 10 o'clock now. It's a very smooth crossing. It's absolutely still. There's no waves. I guess that's why the clouds haven't cleared away yet, because there's no wind. There is Wi-Fi on this vehicle, on this vessel, I should say. I guess when they introduced Wi-Fi on the main ferries, they figured that they should do the same with this small ferry. It's big enough for about 25 cars, I would say, at the most. Anyways, I will get back to you later. So today is the 5th of November, which is the English equivalent of Halloween. That's when they burn Guy Fawkes, the guy who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Al is a Scotsman. He's been in Canada longer than me, I believe. I think he's probably been here 40 years. Hello. You waiting for the bus?
Yeah.
Okay. Me too. Do you know if it's going to be the 9 or the 8?
This one will go up through Saanich Inlet.
Oh, okay.
And then to Duncan.
Which is quicker?
Which bus is quicker?
Yeah.
Both about the same.
I think what happens is that the bus changes numbers and then comes back as the 9.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's different now. But yeah, I think it leaves here at 11:20.
Okay. Because the 9 leaves at 12.
12:12. That's that one. That one
Goes straight to Duncan?
Goes down Telegraph Road, and then through our Budas Ridge, then up to the Valley View, and then to Duncan. It's about the same.
So I'm probably better off getting the earlier bus and going on a round trip.
Yeah, I guess so.
I got my bike here as well, but when I get off at the Duncan shopping place, wherever it stops, I've only got about a half a kilometre to where I want to be, so I'll leave the bike here.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have to lug it on and off the rack. Okay, so I'll probably be on the same bus as you. What time does it come again?
It comes in at, comes here and then it goes to the Mill Bay Ferry, then it comes back.
Yeah.
So it comes at,
10:57.
10:57 and then leaves here at 11:15.
All right, so I can either get it at 10:57 or 11:15.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the same bus. So if you
Just
get
goes
on,
to the
it
ferry
just
and
goes
back.
around, then comes back, and then.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
I'll see you on the bus. So I'm on the bus, heading towards Duncan. I'll be there around lunchtime. I'll get back to you then. Okay, so I'm in Duncan now. It's about 12:15. I'm assuming that Al is probably in the dining room having his lunch. So I'm going to have to check at the front to see if he's in his dining room or whatever. And I brought him a sandwich in case he's hungry. He tells me the food here isn't particularly good, but that's just Al. He likes to complain. As a true Scotsman, nothing's quite as good as what he would like it to be. Is this the visitor's book?
Yes, it is. Yeah, sign in here.
Thank you.
You put the date and your name,
And
who
the
you're
person I'm
visiting.
visiting?
Yeah, right here, and then the time that you came, and your clock's right behind you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Could you let me in, please? Thank you. give you three choices. Carnation C205. I'll check the dining room first because she's probably in there. Hi.
Hello there. Here we go. I'm going to back in, Norman.
Okay.
Okay, buddy? Here we go. All right. You hit the button. There we go. Here we go.
Oh yeah. I'm fine. I'm looking for Al Howie. Is he in?
Yeah, he's in the room.
205?
Yeah,
Has he had his lunch already?
yeah, right down the hall and to the right.
All right,
Last
thank you.
room. Okay?
Yep. Al? How are you, man?
Not very good.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. Well, I'm injured, a little bit injured. Did you have your lunch already? Okay. Because I missed you when you were in Victoria. How did that go?
Not too bad.
Who picked you up, Jim?
Fine.
Jim Griffin? Did he pick you up?
No, we're still down there. We came back.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering whether you wanted a sandwich. I bought a ham and cheese sandwich. I wasn't sure if you were eating or not.
It's okay, I've had some lunch.
You had some lunch? Okay, because I brought some lunch as well, but I could either have the sandwich or I could heat up some lentils and... do you have a microwave here? Okay. I guess that would be in the dining room, eh?
Yeah. In the kitchen.
You could do what?
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen. Alright. So, congratulations. You're now in the Victoria Hall of Fame, Sports Hall of Fame. Did you get to make a speech?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I had to do the old bus thing today. I cycled to the Mill Bay ferry and came across and then got on the bus because I wasn't sure if it was going to rain or not.
Did you?
A little bit, yeah. So, how come you're not feeling so well? Is it the medication? You reckon? They haven't changed your protocol at all? You're still getting insulin?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I've got a bit of a hip issue. You know, hip pain?
Could you come back in a few days?
Not really, no.
Well, what about next Wednesday?
No, I can't, I'm afraid. I mean, I don't really have a lot going on, but you know, I figured that if I couldn't see you for the ceremony, for the whatever it was, the Hall of Fame thing, at least I could come up and just you and me have a little chat and stuff like that. I also wanted to. I was listening to my phone today. I was doing quite a bit of listening because I was on the bus for so long. But I've managed to flatten the battery. Can I plug it in for a little while?
Sure.
Just while we sit and chat. I don't want to stress you out. I'm sure. You see, look, It's down onto the red there. That needs to be plugged in. I spoke to one of the people in the dining room and I asked them if you'd already had your lunch, and she said yeah. So I notice you've got a computer now. Oh, you remember this picture?
Yep.
That's a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. This thing is hopeless. It's not even waterproof. I thought it would be good for the bike, but it's no good. It's good for pretty much anything else, for the wind and stuff like that, but not for the rain. So you got a computer. What else have you got? Do you have internet? Do you have Wi-Fi here?
Yeah.
You do, right? Wonderful. Perfect. Can I unplug this little dongle here, or is this? Oh, this is your shuffle, your iPod shuffle. Ow. Can I unplug this one? Or shall I unplug the? You've got this one here. This is your music player, I think. Who got you the computer?
I'm Eugene Bounderman.
Eh?
Eugene Bounderman.
Oh, nice. Nice. Alright, let me just plug this in. Alrighty. So, Al, you don't mind if I eat?
No.
Can I pull this out a little further, the table, or is that as far as it goes? That's as far as it goes. Okie dokie.
You want a coffee?
Not just yet, Al. I'm okay for the moment. I wanted to talk to you about your hero, Don Ritchie. He was quite a guy. Is he still alive? Mm-hmm. Is he? Alrighty. So, Al, you don't mind if I eat?
No.
Can I pull this out a little further, the table, or is that as far as it goes? That's as far as it goes. Okie dokie.
You want a coffee?
Not just yet, Al. I'm okay for the moment. Has the food got any better here?
No.
Do you want to try my soup? You sure? Okie dokie. Never force a man to eat. Did you ever run with Don?
Well, I ran in the same race as him.
You did?
Um,
Were you on a par with Mr. Ritchie?
Pretty well, yeah.
Good man. Because I think he still holds a few world records. Mm-hmm. And I think you still hold a world record or two. Possibly the Sheer Shimnoi. The longest continuous run. Mm-hmm. What was that, 3,100 miles in New York? Mm-hmm. It's nice, these pictures you got in this electronic picture frame. I saw pictures of you finishing the 3,100 mile run. Did you know that you have a Wikipedia page?
No.
Yeah. You look up your own name, put in Al Howie in the Google search, and it'll come up. There's two. Mm-hmm. There's, I think there's a reference to the Prairie and Harriers, and there's also a reference to, what was it now? Oh yeah, you have a Facebook page. Yeah, you're famous. And I see pictures of Scotland as well. I'm assuming it's Scotland. There's like a ruined castle. What part of Scotland were you from? Glasgow?
Well, Don Ritchie.
Yeah. No, you. Where were you from?
Ayrshire.
Ayrshire, okay. Because your name is from the region. Howie is a name from that part of Scotland. So Don, tell me more. His speciality was indoor running, I believe. He has the world record for 200 miles, I believe, indoor. How was his eyesight, Don?
Very good.
He had good vision? How about yours?
Well, I still wear glasses some of the time.
That was probably our biggest mistake. Last time I came to see you, taking you down to Victoria with no glasses. Because I don't know how many of those test strips we wasted. Because fumbling for them in the dark without your glasses, I think we probably lost half a dozen of those test strips in the bus or in the bus shelter or wherever we were. But yeah, we got to try and work on something. Now that you have a computer, do you have an email that I can send directly to you? Or does it always have to go through the people here?
Yes, it's better to see the people here.
I mean, not that I'm going to say anything particularly sensitive or scandalous, but it'd be nice to be able to have a normal conversation with you on the email without having somebody else reading your mail, printing it up. They all read it, they bring it to you, and by the time you read it, it's probably you're the fourth person to have seen it. You know. But still, have they said anything about moving you anywhere?
Not really.
You're pretty much here until you move on, as they say.
Yeah.
So, you said you weren't feeling too well. Is it you're not feeling too well physically or emotionally or mentally or what?
Yeah, physically.
Physically? In a way, that's better. Physical pain you can deal with, but, you know, you don't seem depressed to me. You're not depressed, are you?
No.
Good. It must be a little bit depressing, though, having to deal with the insulin every day.
Well, this really is a problem.
You know, it's never really going to be too far away from an RN or somebody who's going to sign off on your medication. But you give yourself the insulin, that's not a problem. It's just they want to know that it's being given at the right time and the right quantity and regularly. I'm surprised they haven't invented a patch. You know how they have a nicotine patch for people who need to have a slow dose of nicotine so that it cuts their craving for cigarettes? If they had an insulin patch, you could just slap it on once a week and it would just give you enough insulin all day for a whole week. And each week you could go to a health center and they could change your patch, sign you off and send you back again. That might be just around the corner.
Yeah.
That might be your way out of here. Having a medication program that doesn't need you to be twice a day in the same spot. See if we can work on it. I remember you were telling me about that book, Train Spotting. Who was the guy who wrote that book? Train Spotting.
Irvin.
Who?
Somebody Irvin.
Irvin. Okay. You said that wasn't his best book either. Did they give you a microphone when you gave your little talk?
Yeah.
They did? How many people were there?
Oh, about 300. There was a heck of a lot of people.
Oh. And how many people were inducted that time? 10?
About 6, plus it's a team.
6 individual inductees plus a team. Yeah.
No problem. I'm going to run this down to Olivia.
Guys, what's his name? Mark. Is it Mark?
A couple of days off, Fran.
He was telling me in the dining room that he does a bit of running himself. And he's managed to keep his weight down. But he's just under 200. And he ballooned right up to over 200 when he was not running. Now I've got to remember to take everything I brought with me. What are your plans for today? You're just going to take it easy for the rest of the day? Lie low? The weather's not particularly
I've
nice.
already been out though.
You have? Good. You have to sign the book when you go out?
No.
Not really, eh? But if you go out of the building, say if you wanted to go into Duncan, would you have to sign out then?
No, I can walk there.
Yeah. I was just thinking way back to the old days. I didn't know you when you were pretty much the heartthrob of the nation. Not the nation, but Victoria. A lot of girls used to think you were the bee's knees. There was Joanne, not Joanne Cowan, the other Joanne. Joanne Walker is her name now, but I don't know what her maiden name was. Rosen, Joanne Rosen. That was her name. But she was a bit younger than you. I love this stuff. Like Greek yogurt. I used to be a cook before I came to Victoria.
Where?
In England. I was cooking in England, and then I met my wife and moved to Montreal. And between her and I, we opened a business, a restaurant. And I cooked for 8 years in my own restaurant. But when the second kid came along, it was too much work, looking after the kids and cooking. So, because my wife had a good paying job, I went home, looked after the kids, and then she went back to work.
How old is she?
A bit younger than you. She's 67. I'm 63. 63. So, I've only been running for 20 years. But you know how when you have an injury, you always try and figure out, well, when did this first start? And I'm thinking back, when did I first start complaining about my hip hurting? And I think it was shortly after my heel stopped hurting. It started in my heel. It moved up the same leg to the back of my left knee. And I thought, oh, maybe it's a bit of bursitis. And then after that, it moved into my hip. But it was from the summer to the winter, to the fall, actually. In the summer, it was my ankle that was flaring up. Every time my feet got hot, my ankle would complain. after about a mile of running, it went away for a while. But when I stopped, my ankle was still hurt, and I was limping for a while, just from the ankle pain. And then after that, as I say, the weather started getting cooler. I started running in cold puddles, and that took away the pain from my ankle. Putting your foot in cold water is really good. It takes away any swelling that might be in your ankle. And then the pain started to shift up my leg. And now it's pretty much, I feel it almost all the time between my hip and my foot, all the way down the side of my leg, my left leg. So I'm hoping it's, given a few days rest, it's going to go away. And if it doesn't go away, I'm not really going to stop running. I'm just going to have to be a little more careful about when I rest. So the time you ran with Don Ritchie, where was it? In Scotland?
Well, it was the Aberdeen Marathon.
The Aberdeen Marathon.
He comes from up that way.
He does. From Aberdeen. That's northern Scotland, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the Wikipedia website, it says that you won more than 40 marathons. Is that true?
Well, marathons and ultras, I only won 2 marathons.
I thought they got it wrong. I think what they meant to say that you ran in over 40 marathons, not that you won over 40 marathons.
Well, it was, what I was counting was the ultras and the...
And the marathons. You won 40 races?
At least.
Really? Wow. But, you know, journalists and newspapers, they're not very good at getting facts right. They'll listen to you, they interview you, they write it all down, and they still get it wrong. I mean, what's that all about? They still get it wrong, even though they write it down, what have you. I'm not going to wash up their dishes, but I'm going to wash up my own, because I don't want to take dirty stuff back with them. I hate it. It's one of those things, you know how certain people have phobias? I don't like taking food containers with food on them. If I eat the food, I want everything to be clean afterwards. So, Chris Garrett Pets, he still asks about you. Chris, he still talks about you.
Chris Garrett Pets?
Yep. I don't know if you know about Facebook, but it's pretty popular nowadays. Everybody's on Facebook. Almost, even you, and you don't even know about it. Somebody must have put you in as a celebrity. You're in there as a famous person. That's why they got you in there. Even without you telling them to do it, they do it because you appear in Wikipedia as a famous person. The legend. Howie, the legend. A legend in your own mind. No, a legend in your own time. That's better. Oh man. So, I don't know when we're going to see each other again, but hopefully it'll be in the springtime. Between now and then, I'm going to be taking a trip to Spain to visit my mummy. I just got a message from somebody. Did somebody get a new toy? I don't know who the heck this is, but The story with the cell phones is if you don't know the number that's calling you, you don't answer it. Because they might just be fishing, and they might just be looking for a number that they can call back again and bug me again. So I don't know. I'm not going to answer them. When they tell me, did you get a new toy? What does that mean? No, I didn't get a new toy.
Yeah, sure wish it was like it used to be.
Well, we all do. We all wish we were like we used to be, but it seems to me that you have come down further than most of us from our glory days. And that's probably because of the diabetes.
Well, so the reason why I got diabetes was when my immune system was fighting an injury. It's destroyed the beta cells in my pancreas.
Yeah.
And that gave me type 1 diabetes, which is a real bummer. That's where you need insulin all the time.
Touch wood. I don't do the same myself.
So how long you were in Spain for?
Probably 2 months. All the cold and wet part of the year, like probably middle of January until the end of February, beginning of March. I'm going to be away. But it still hasn't been finalised. I haven't got an air ticket yet. I haven't really booked any dates. But I don't really have to, because I have family in England that will put me up. I have family in Spain that will put me up. All I have to do is get myself to England. With any luck, that could be a reduced fare. It might be one of these standby fares. It might not be more than $600 or $700. Even so, you know, that's the one part of the trip that I'm dreading.
That's that.
Spending 10 hours in a plane. Well, it's hard enough to sit still for an hour on the bus. I had to stand up a couple of times just to stretch my legs.
Is that how long it takes to get from Millbase to here?
By bus, yeah. It takes you to Shoningen Lake, Cowichan Bay. It takes you to Cobble Hill. It takes you all over the place. Because it's the only bus this time of the day, it goes through all the communities. Picking up kids, dropping them off, picking up...
Where did your bike go?
I left it at the Thrifties at Mill Bay. Because I'm supposed to be on a rest day today, I didn't really want to spend... As it is, I'm going to be cycling 50 kilometers today. I didn't want to be cycling another 30 on top of that, which would have been another... To come from Mill Bay to here by road would have meant cycling along the edge of the highway. That would be the shortest route. If I took Telegraph Road and Coxilla, it would be about another 18 kilometers of road. If it's highway, it's about maybe 12 to 14 kilometers of highway, plus the return journey, on top of the 25, 50, the 50k that I'm already going to have to do. I figured that's enough. Otherwise, on a rest day, all I'm doing is I'm depleting the tank even more. I'm not eating enough. I'm doing a 75 kilometer bike ride on an empty stomach. I mean, that's hardly the best way of healing up and resting, is it? So I had to put up with the boredom of being on the bus for an hour, just to justify in my head that I was doing the right thing for my body. But Don, tell me more. How did he train?
Huh?
How did he train? Was he one of these guys that used to run long distance every day? Or did he
He's a lecturer, at least he used to be, and he ran from his home to there.
Oh, so he ran to work every day?
Yeah, and back.
And how far was that, 10 miles?
Yeah, about 10 or a dozen.
That's another person you could look up on the computer, look up Don Ritchie and see if they got their facts
They
right.
ran 100k in 6 hours and 10 minutes.
That is pretty much a world record time. Andy Jones, I think he's got the world record for the 100k. And he set it at Elk Beaver.
Really?
I think it was, his time was 6 and a bit. I'm not sure exactly what. But I think he holds the world record for the fastest 100k on the track. No, on trails. Don probably did his on the track.
Well, it was the beginning of a 24 hour, but he didn't. For a long time, he didn't finish a 24 hour. But then, since then, he's gone on to do like 166 miles.
Wow. 166 miles, that's nearer 200 kilometers.
It's more than 200 kilometers.
Yeah, that's true. 60 miles is 100k. 120 miles would be 200k. 103, 6 are 18. 180 miles would be 300k. So less.
186.
What? He did 186? In how long? 24 hours? No, you're saying he did his world record for 100k as part of the 24-hour race that he didn't finish. It's still amazing. It must be something about being Scottish. Scottish people are just tough. You know how they say the Kenyans are very good at doing distance. I don't think any Kenyan would run as well as any Scotsman. A Scotsman who is trained for the ultra marathon could probably beat any Kenyan because they don't do that distance. The Kenyans only train for the marathon. How many Kenyans
Because they can win money out of it.
Yeah, because they can win money at it. Correct. So, if there was big money in ultramarathons, maybe, I'm saying maybe, the Kenyans would be better. They might train for it, but why bother? If they can win 50,000 for winning a marathon in a big city, why do they want to win 10,000 for winning a 200-mile race in the middle of nowhere? Yep. I guess it's their ticket out of poverty. Being able to win a marathon means that they can suddenly buy their whole family cars and a house and buy a few cows and, retire on one good win. But, yeah, you're right. If there was more money in ultramarathons, the Kenyans might get interested in, but it probably wouldn't be the Kenyans either. It might be the Ethiopians or people like that. It's not just Kenyans that are good at the sport. But they did say, somebody did a study, they were trying to compare the difference between a trained Kenyan and a trained European. They took non-trained runners from both countries and trained them the same way, exactly the same training program. At the end of a year of training, the Kenyans were no faster than the Danes at the same sport.
Yeah, but see, the reason why the Kenyans are so good is when the North American is a kid, he gets driven everywhere.
Yeah.
But the Kenyans used to run to school and back.
So they had a base of aerobic fitness that the North Americans didn't have. But they tried to do that, they tried to eliminate that factor in the study, and they ended up thinking that it was something to do with the shape of the legs. The Kenyans have very thin legs, very thin ankles, very lightweight bones. Their legs were very light. And I noticed that you have very lightweight legs as well. You never see an ultra runner with heavy elephant legs. They all have very skinny legs. And I was talking to a road bike person, and he said the most important thing for speed and endurance is to reduce the weight on the moving parts on a bike. So, reduce the weight of the pedals, reduce the weight of the cranks, reduce the weight of the chain, and most of all, reduce the weight of the wheels. The lighter the moving parts are, the more efficient the person is at moving. So a Kenyan is more efficient because he has skinny bones and little feet. And most of those Kenyans, it's hard to age those guys because they look older than they are. Most of the top Kenyans are in their early 20s. And they've been running, as you say, since they were 9. So they might have 18 years of pretty aerobic training behind them at the level when a North American would just be in like year 4 of their collegiate training, track and field. It's not the same thing. Those guys had to run every day for school. Plus they have the lightweight bones. Maybe I'll save this apple for the bus ride home. Let's see how my phone is doing. 77% charged. That's excellent. Yeah, that's mine as well. I mustn't forget that. That's my little voice recorder. So, Joanne Cowan, did you see her this time around when you went to Victoria? You did?
No, I didn't see her. She came up here.
She did. Good for, bless you. Good for her. Did she drive up in her car?
I guess so, yeah.
She didn't do the Millbury Ferry, and well, she might have done, but she had her own car. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah. You never got a license, eh, Al?
Well, I did in England.
You had a driving license in England? Car or motorcycle? Car. Did you own a car? Or did you just use the one from the driving school? Did your family have a car in Scotland?
My brother.
Brother?
My father didn't.
Your father never had a car?
No.
Yeah, and your brother did. What's your brother's name?
Ian.
Ian, that's a good Scottish name. There's no denying your heritage. Is your name Alistair or Al? Alan. It's not Alan, is it?
Huh?
Your name, Alistair, is it?
No, it's Arthur, actually.
It's Arthur.
Yeah.
Okay. Arthur Howie Jr. Named after you.
I just thought my name was Alfred, so he called me Alfie, and I was called that until I met this lady who started calling me Al, because she was fed up with people hearing people sing that song.
Alfie, what's it all about? That's funny. Yeah. But who would that have been? Was that what was her name? Celia? No. Your second wife. Cole. What was her name? Claudia. Claudia Cole. Wasn't it Claudia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was she the one that started calling you Al?
No.
Some girl before her, eh? Yeah. Alright. Well, I won't call you Arthur. I will call you Al. I will continue with the tradition of calling you Al. Yeah, well, it's been nice seeing you again, even though you weren't feeling particularly chirpy. I hope you get over whatever is bugging you. Whether it's your body or whatever, your bones. Yeah, well, it must be hard to deal with being one of the younger people here as well. You're surrounded by people in their 80s and 90s, you know. There are lots of old people here, so you don't really have anybody other than the staff that are your age. Is that right or not?
Mm-hmm.
The staff are about your age. No, the staff are even younger than you. And then there's a gap of 20 years, and then there's the residents other than you.
Yeah, she's quite beautiful, eh?
Yep. Was that your first wife?
No, that was a girlfriend.
Ah.
For quite some time now.
Okay. Was she the one that you went to Turkey with?
No.
No? Yeah. I tell you, us guys with beards and hair, it's very easy for us to look different in so many pictures because either our beards are long or our hair's long and our beard's short, or we have a big moustache or no moustache, or long hair or short hair. You know, people who don't wear beards, they always look the same from age 10 to age 40 basically. But once you start growing a beard, then you start changing the appearance of your face. And it's very easy to change your appearance extremely quickly. You just zip, zip, shave off the beard and nobody knows who you are. If I took my bandana off and shaved, they wouldn't know who I was. Even my family would look at me and think, Dad, is that you? You know. So, I'm hoping to see you down in Victoria again. But once they invent that patch for insulin, that'll be the big break. That'll be the break that we're all looking for. Let me see if I can pick up a Wi-Fi signal here. Well, I'm glad you have a computer now. Saanich guest. Saanich. Do they both have locks, padlocks, next to the name? Do you have a password that I could use?
Do you need a password rather than
Most people have Shore cable, and they have a Shore email, which means that anywhere that says Shore Open, they don't need a password to log in to the internet. But because I don't have a Shore email account, I can't use your Wi-Fi unless they give me the password. And they probably didn't give it to you because your computer already has it. So you don't have to remember, it's always going to be there. I'm going to plug this little music player back in here. I'm sure it's fully charged by now. Do you ever use that?
what's that?
The little music player.
I didn't know it was there.
Well, who plugged it in? Whose is it? Is it yours? You don't know?
Well, I did use it a few times, but not very often.
Alright. Well, that's something you could sell. You could negotiate. One of your care workers here, you could say, hey, do you want an iPod Shuffle? Or an iPod Mini, I think that's what it's called. iPod Mini or an iPod Shuffle. Yeah, they're worth about $80, those little things.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't need it because I have my phone. It's got all my music, all my movies, everything on there. So, I got everything I came with. I've got to take this little thing with me.
Well, thanks for the visit.
You're welcome. And what can I say? Next time you're in Victoria, we'll get together. If we can do it in one day, that'll be much, much better. Because that way we don't have to worry about insulin, we don't have to worry about overnight medications, we don't have to worry about all that sort of business. Take your shots in the morning, hop on a bus or a taxi or whatever, come down to Victoria, spend the day with us down there, and then come back for your evening shot. And that's it. Job done. But it's a 60-kilometer drive, and it's too expensive to take a taxi the whole way. There is the bus. It leaves here at around 5:20 in the morning and gets into Victoria about 8 o'clock or earlier. It's for people who work in Victoria and live up here. And then it comes back in the afternoon around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If you could get up early in the morning and get taken to the bus stop, you could come in to Victoria on the bus. I could meet you downtown. We could spend the whole day together. I could make sure you got back on the bus and got back home.
Yeah, sounds good.
That sounds like a plan we could work on. Mm-hmm. And what about your email? Do you have an email for your computer? Howie@shore.ca, is that what it is?
Something like that, yeah.
Is it Shore?
Mm-hmm.
I'll try that. alhowie@show.ca might work. Who would know it?
Well,
Joanne?
I guess so, yeah.
She's contacted you directly, not through postcards.
Well, she came up.
Yeah. Do you use the computer very much?
Quite a bit of the time, yeah.
Yeah, because you used to be quite a talented writer. Have you tried doing any writing, any creative writing? Written any short stories lately? There's a lot of different versions of English. Anyway, Al, nice to see you again. Are you going to see me to the door? Okay, so I'm waiting for the bus again to take me back to Mill Bay. And by the number of people at the bus stop, I'm guessing that it's going to be soon. So this is the Running Jackal. Hopefully, I have enough material to put together the Wednesday show. Bye-bye.